Alright, it's been just right around an hour. You can just see that it's starting to push up the towel. Let me take a look at it here. That's looking really nice. We'll let it go maybe another inch or so, and then we'll get her put into the loaf pans and make that cinnamon raisin bread. We'll try that out. So I'll bring you back when we get ready to do that. Okay, I think the bread's or the dough's risen enough to get going here on these pans. So we're just going to use these Pyrex glass bread pans. I coat them in butter. Just plain old sweet cream butter, salted. Same stuff I put on my toast. We'll just kind of put a good heavy coat all the way around these pans. While we're doing this, I figured I'd go over the recipe. The recipe calls for 12 cups of flour. Of course, that varies according to humidity and everything, so that's not a written in stone amount. Takes 4 cups of milk, and you can use any kind of milk, skim milk, whole milk. I had that half and half that was getting close to its date, so I thought I'd use it. I even used water when didn't have any milk. Then you use 5 cups of oil. It can be any kind of oil. I've used olive oil, bacon grease, vegetable oil. I guess you could even use lard if you wanted. I mean, I haven't done that, but I guess you could. Any kind of fat. Then it takes, let's see, sugar. So you got 5 tablespoons of oil. Then it takes 3 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt. 2 packets of yeast, and the yeast is dissolved in half a cup of warm water. And that's about it. Pretty simple. Basic, makes really good bread. I think the original recipe that I had said it would make 3 loaves, but I found that the loaves are just way too big, you know, for like putting in the toaster and all that. They stick out of the top of the toaster, and so I made it I make it into 4. So, alright, so we'll get these all done and I'll bring you back. Okay, it's been on the rise for an hour and a half. As you can see, it's just about to the top of the bowl now. So I think we had it rise plenty. We got our pans all buttered up and oiled up, so those are all ready to go. So we got a nice clean counter. Go ahead and pull this out. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? It's got oil on it, so we don't need to flour our top or our countertop. We just kind of poke that down a little bit. And we'll want to divide this into 4s. So we'll get us a knife here. We're not going to be too fancy about this, just kind of eyeball it in half. Like that. And round the end of this one off. So it's kind of even. Give that in about half there. And we'll give this a half, and that's our 4 loaves. Okay. Now we just mash these down. And then I just do a quick roll them right back up, kind of tuck them in on themselves. Down like that. Makes a nice little loaf. Kind of pinch the bottom together. Put them in the pan, like that. Don't need to get too particular about it. We're going on another rise. Like that. Okay, this one here, we're going to make into cinnamon bread. So I think we're going to mash it out a little bit. Kind of a long, we're not going to get too particular about it. Don't want to get it too wide because we still want it to fit in our pan. Alright. Now I think we'll put a little coating of butter on that. When I was a kid, I used to watch my mother. She made bread all the time, and she'd take a loaf like this and roll it out real thin and put butter and cinnamon sugar on it and make cinnamon twists and cinnamon rolls and stuff. So hopefully this is as good as those were. Those were really good. Okay, just a little butter. That'll, I think, help the cinnamon and the sugar stick. So we're just going to grab here. We're not going to be too fancy about it. Just powder that with a little sugar. Nice, pretty even coat. Get all the way out to the edges. Don't want to get a piece that doesn't have any goodness on it. Okay. And then we'll put a little cinnamon on it. I think that'll do pretty good. I'm going to put some of these raisins on there. I think that'll do it. I'm just gonna, and we'll just roll that up, put her in the pan. Just kind of do a quick little tuck right there. There we go. Put that in this last pan here. We'll put the seam down. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and set these over here on the end by the heat. And we'll cover them up with that towel again. Damp dish towel over them. That'll keep the tops from getting too dried out. Okay, there we go. We'll let that rise again for till it doubles, and then we'll pop them in the oven. So I'll bring you back once those have risen double now.